If you ever saw the old movie Fiddler on the Roof, you know how warm and emotional Jewish families can be. They are always hugging, singing, dancing, laughing, and crying together. I come from the other kind of Jewish family. The culture of my upbringing could be summed up by the phrase, think Yiddish, act British. We were reserved, stiff upper lip types. I'm not saying I had a bad childhood. Far from it. Home was a stimulating place for me growing up. Over our Thanksgiving dinner tables, we talked about the history of Victorian funerary monuments and the evolutionary sources of lactose intolerance. I'm not kidding. There was love in the home. We just didn't express it. Perhaps unsurprisingly, I became a bit detached. When I was 4, my nursery school teacher apparently told my parents, David doesn't always play with the other children. A lot of the time he stands off to the side and observes them. Whether it was nature or nurture, a certain aloofness became part of my personality. By high school, I had taken up long-term residency inside my own head. I felt most alive when I was engaged in the solitary business of writing. Junior year, I wanted to date a woman named Bernice. But after doing some intel gathering, I discovered she wanted to go out with another guy. I was shocked. I remember telling myself, what is she thinking? I write way better than that guy. It's quite possible that I had a somewhat constrained view of how social life worked for most people. Then when I was 18, the admissions officers at Columbia, Wesleyan, and Brown decided I should go to the University of Chicago. I love my alma mater, and it has changed a lot for the better since I was there. But back then, it wasn't exactly the sort of get-in-touch-with-your-feelings place that would help thaw my emotional ice age. My favorite saying about Chicago is this one. It's a Baptist school where atheist professors teach Jewish students St. Thomas Aquinas. The students there still wear T-shirts that read, sure, it works in practice, but does it work in theory? And so into this heady world I traipsed, and shocker, I fit right in. If you had met me 10 years out of college, I think you would have found me a pleasant enough guy, cheerful but a tad inhibited, not somebody who was easy to get to know, or who found it easy to get to know you. In truth, I was a practiced escape artist. When other people revealed some vulnerable intimacy to me, I was good at making meaningful eye contact with their shoes and then excusing myself to keep a vitally important appointment with my dry cleaner. I had a sense that this wasn't an ideal way of being. I felt painfully awkward during those moments when somebody tried to connect with me. I inwardly wanted to connect. I just didn't know what to say. Repressing my own feelings became my default mode for moving through the world. I suppose I was driven by the usual causes, fear of intimacy, an intuition that if I really let my feelings flow, I wouldn't like what bubbled up, a fear of vulnerability, and a general social ineptitude. One seemingly small and stupid episode symbolizes this repressed way of living for me. I'm a big baseball fan, and though I have been to hundreds of games, I have never once caught a foul ball in the stands. One day, about 15 years ago, I was at a game in Baltimore when a hitter's bat shattered, and the whole bat, except the knob, helicoptered over the dugout and landed at my feet. I reached down and grabbed it. Getting a bat at a game is 1,000 times better than getting a ball. I should have been jumping up and down, waving my trophy in the air, high-fiving the people around me, becoming a temporary jumbotron celebrity. Instead, I just placed the bat at my feet and sat still-faced as everyone stared at me. Looking back, I want to scream at myself. Show a little joy. But when it came to spontaneous displays of emotion, I had the emotional capacity of a head of cabbage. Life has a way of tenderizing you, though. Becoming a father was an emotional revolution, of course. Later, I absorbed my share of the blows that any adult suffers. Broken relationships, public failures, the vulnerability that comes with getting older. The ensuing sense of my own frailty was good for me, introducing me to deeper, repressed parts of myself.